where fun meets fright, where every experience transports you to a world of fun. Play 18 holes of blacklight mini-golf in ancient Egypt, a haunted house, and beyond the grave. Step inside our virtual reality arena, where you take control of video games and virtual worlds. Battle robots, shoot zombies, and compete against your friends. Throw your next birthday with our VIP Party Pack. Our party pros are ready to entertain you with a fright fest you'll never forget. Perfect for an action-packed date night full of flirty fun. Our state-of-the-art arcade has the latest games with the coolest prizes. Be sure to feast on some tasty morsels in the Graveyard Grill. So come on, bring your ghoulish gang over to Scary Strokes, where every experience matters. Welcome to Scary Strokes, where fun meets fright, where every
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready for a wild evening of racing action as the Slingshot Sim Racing Series is unloaded and ready to rock and roll here for their all-star race. Live from the beautiful North Wilksboro Speedway. Now, NASCAR made it seem pretty easy on the weekend, but we did see some punches thrown, and I think this evening we're going to see some punches thrown virtually and more than likely out there on the racetrack. There's going to be some heavy blows and a lot of twisted metal as these drivers look to rub and scrub and bang their way in to possibly victory lane in an all-star win here this evening. $50 to the race winner, so an extra little bit of pocket change into their back pocket. Now, I know it's not real NASCAR. We don't got $1 million on the line, but $50 nowadays, it goes quite a way. It goes quite a way. $50 USD cash in your pocket. That is gotta feel pretty dang good after a hard night of racing here at North Wilkesboro. As my boy Craig Michael Deacon coming in, showing the love. How are you, Craig? Craig coming in, dropping that thumbs up, says, let's go, everybody. Follow, like, and share. Yes, Craig, my boy, you got it right there. If you guys are just tuning in, whether you're watching it live right now or if you're re-watching the broadcast, make sure you guys do those 3 steps. They're absolutely free to do. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and hit that follow and or subscribe button if you're watching over on our YouTube channel. It's my boy John Fowler, Johnny Boy, coming in, showing the love with the thumbs up here on the broadcast as the All-Star race is about to get underway. Drivers are ready to rock and roll here. Heat races here this evening as things are a little bit more broken up. Things are a little bit more split up here. So it's going to make things very, very interesting with, having different stages and different things is going to be a lot of fun. Race control tonight, my man. Let's put on a show. You know it. You know it, John. My boy, it sucks we won't see you out there on the racetrack. I'm sure you want to be out there racing and showing these guys how to pick up some dubs. But, sometimes you just got to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And when you get to be up there in race control, make sure drivers kind of know what's going on, making sure that they make the right calls, as we already have a few drivers locked into our all-star race so far. Race winners throughout the season have already punched their ticket into the all-star break. And by the numbers here that I'm looking at as qualifying coming to a close, I do believe everybody that's shown up here this evening will have an opportunity to race tonight. I do believe there's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, maybe one driver might not make the show. I'm pretty sure we're starting 20 cars, so one driver may be on the outside looking in here this evening, so that could make things very interesting. But I'm sure John Boy may make a fan vote, and the one driver that doesn't qualify in might get that fan vote in and make it a 21 car field here for this evening. As right now, Sean Jessic, quick time here in qualifying. Blake Murray right there behind him. Keith Hackney running in 3rd here in the qualifying session. Nicholas Cody, Lane Phillips there in 4th and 5th, as John Fowler says, top 6 in each heat race. Top 6 in each heat. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Ty says having wheel issues. Keeps trying to reconfigure while racing. Going to tag the tail and hope for the best. Oh, brother, that's That's a tough break. But hey, you know what? For a week to have issues, the non-points paying week of North Wilkesboro for the All-Star race, that's, at least you're not giving up points or having those issues on, a more, intense race or something, so it should be good. It should be good for you. As we're going to get ready here, heat race number 1. I'm not sure if John Boy, it looks like we're going to have a 50-lap, 1 heat race. It says 10 to the feature, so I don't know what's going on here. I think with the 21 cars, it's struggling right now on what they're anticipating. I'm not sure. It shows 10, but I don't know if that's going to change. As Mama Bear, Susie Dickinson coming in with the heart reaction. Ty Dickinson coming in with the heart reaction as well, coming in showing the big love here. The Dickinson family always coming in showing the big love each and every week, and always love seeing their beautiful faces in the chat as we get ready to rock and roll. Michael Dickinson coming in with that thumbs up on the broadcast as well. As Mama Bear, Susie Dickinson says hello, my boy Aaron. Hello, Mama Bear. How are you, Mama Bear? How are you this evening? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful Wednesday. As Sean Jessic in the Anything EC19 ride will start in that pole position. It is outside in the House of Speed. Papa Mike Promotions, Grip Hackney Live, number 83. That's Blake Murray starting on the outside of the front row. Keith Hackney in the beautiful All-Star Team Cody Performance. Papa Mike Promotions, Grip Hackney Live, NLR Machine. Going to start there in position number 3. To his outside in the Red Bull, number 45. That's Nicholas Cody there in position number 4. And then you see Lane Phillips in his beautiful 54 House of Speed NLR Papa Mike Promotions ride starting there in the 5th position. The New Jersey Devils 93 machine, Zach Lockett, will start in that 6th position with Daniel Doe in the Sparkle and Shine Anything EC number 14 there in 7th. To his outside, the Pop Eyes number 7 ride of James McRae will start there in the 8th position. And then Timothy Stubblefield to start in the 9th spot. A new looking ride here for the Timothy Stubblefield machine, as it says Cook and Boardman Group on the side of that car. Okay, new sponsor there on the 92 ride of Timothy Stubblefield. James Smith will start to his outside. Then we see Ronald Lousy going to start in position number 11. To his outside, the 43 ride is Doug Roth in the STP Scary Strokes, number 43. Bryce Dickinson will start in the 13th position in his E&D Farms and number 84 on the Papa Mike Promotions machine, looking very good out there on the racetrack once again, as Willie McKellar there to his outside. Cody DeForge in the Race City Racing Memorabilia, number 24 right there in that 15th position. John McNeil to his outside. Ty Dickinson bringing up the rear of the field in the Tide ride, and then Christopher DeWall, Greg O'Berry, Michael Madden, and John Fowler rounding out the field. So 20 drivers are signed in here this evening, so be interesting. Top 12 out of this race. Top 12 out of this race will advance, is what I'm being told. I'm assuming everybody would advance. We only have 20 cars, including some of our race winners in the session, including Greg O'Berry, Christopher DeWall, Michael Madden. A lot of our winners are already in here, so be interesting to see our second session and where everyone's going to line up as Sean Jessic sees that green flag fly in the 2024 Slingshot Sim Racing Series. All-Star races underway here from the beautiful North Wilkesboro Speedway, presented to you by always the amazing Race City Racing Memorabilia, as out in front the 19 rider Sean Jessic sees that first lap led here in that 19 ride. Is this the last chance dance? One heat race, top 12. And all winners are in the next race. We'll move on to our feature event. So top 12 will advance. Everybody else will be joining the fans in the stands here and cheer it on that second session. Sean Jessic rolling out in front, has Keith Hackney right there behind him in position number 2. Blake Murray there in 3rd with Nicholas Cody. Lane Phillips there in 4th and 5th. Zach Lockett in that 6th position with James McRae. Doug Roth, William McKellar, and James Smith rounding out our top 10. John McNeil now into 11th, and that puts Timothy Stubblefield into the hot seat here as he is in that 12th and final transfer spot into the show. If he wants a chance to race for the dough, he's got to make this show, and he's got to keep that Cook and Boardman group number 92 ride right there, at least in position number 12, but he's getting some pressure on his back bumper as Ronald Lousy and Cody DeForge right there nipping at his heels, only a couple car lengths back there trying to hunt him down. Ty Dickinson in position at number 15, and then we see Daniel Doe, unfortunately, off the pace here, back in that number 14 ride, almost going a lap down as our race leaders half a straightaway back here, catching up with the Sparkle and Shine ride as he ran into some issues here. Sparkle and Shine machine, I'm not sure if he loses it coming out of the corner or what may have happened here. It's very loose down the front straightaway. I don't know how we didn't see a caution flag right there, and unfortunately for that 14 ride, he was around, but he is going to catch a break as the caution flag will fly. So good break there for this 14 ride. I'm not sure if maybe he decided to maybe get the car stopped, or luckily enough just gets that caution flag. I think he just gets lucky. My wheel is a joke. Oh no, Ty, my boy. Ty, brother, that is that's a tough break. That's a tough break, brother. It's that's not gonna be a lot of fun. We also lost Bryce Dickinson here as well. You see Bryce running some pretty heavy damage on this 84 ride. Looks like possibly a little 3-wide racing right here in the E&D Farms number 84 ride, just kind of getting stuck in the middle. Cody DeForge down low, Ronald Lousy up on the high side. They make a little bit of contact, which gets this 84 ride very loose. He bounces off the numbers of that Race City Racing memorabilia. Number 24 ride up into the outside fence. Heavy contact, heavy damage there for Bryce Dickinson, and that may take him out of contention here for this evening's All-Star race, as that is some pretty serious contact right there. And that is a heartbreaker for Brycey Bear out on the racetrack, as we'll get another look at it here. And oh man, yeah, that's a hard hit right there for Bryce Dickinson. And fortunately, his crew, they're going to work. He's rolling back out onto the racetrack here, but that car is still hurting quite a bit. But the tough break now, multiple laps down, stuck in the 17th position. Was going to need a lot of caution flags and a lot of wave arounds to try to work himself back onto the lead lap here in our last chance dance heat race here from the beautiful North Wilkesboro Speedway. As ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you guys are just tuning in, make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the share button, hit that follow and subscribe button. Make sure you tag your friends, get them in here, tell your your co-workers, your family, your friends, tell them to jump in here and show the love and cheer these drivers on, and make their day a little bit more. They always like to come back, rewatch these races. They get to see all the comments and everything, and they get to see who's cheering them on, who's out there watching, and everything else, and it brightens up their day. So whether or not they rewatch it tonight or they rewatch it tomorrow, if they have a good day or a bad day at the racetrack, as long as they see some people in their corner cheering them on, it always makes them feel a lot better. As Sean Ross says, good luck all, John. Good to see you in here. Hopefully we see you out there on the racetrack in our all-star race here once the second session gets underway. Jessica Stubblefield says, Stubbs, cheering on Timothy Stubblefield out there on the racetrack. So is Sean and Lauren all coming in cheering on Stubbs and Nation here this evening. As Stubb Nation currently in that 12th and final transfer spot, looking to try to punch his ticket into the All-Star race here, as he's in that last spot, the last chance dance here this evening. Is out in front, Sean Jessic sees that green flag fly. Now, this is a very, very short race, only 50 laps. You see 12 laps already off the board, so you can't make too many mistakes. You gotta make sure you keep your car in great running conditions and out of trouble here all evening long to really give yourself a great opportunity to try to punch your ticket in to the show. Sean Jasic's doing just that as he's out in front, looking very, very fast here in this one, as he's already opened up a bit of a lead, as Hackney had to go door to door with Blake Murray there for a few laps for position number 2, able to allow that 19 ride to open up a little bit of a gap there between the Grip Hackney live rides. See another one right there trying to work himself into position number 4. That is the number 54 ride of Lane Phillips as Phillips trying to work himself underneath of the 45 of Nicholas Cody. Is Cody there rolling backwards now into that 5th position as he's going to have the 7 ride of James McRae trying to get all over his back bumper here as see Zach Lockett, the New Jersey Devils machine there in 7th. The Scary Strokes STP 43 and Doug Roth there in position number 8. John McNeil battling door to door here with the 41 of William McKellar as they battle inside the top 10 right now. Is outside the top 10. You see the number 10 ride of James Smith currently in that 11th position. And Timothy Stubblefield, Sub Nation, hanging on to that 12th and final transfer spot. That puts Cody DeForge in the Race City Racing Memorabilia number 24 ride currently on the outside looking in here. He's got the 14 ride of Daniel Doe, who had a very fast car, unfortunately for Daniel. He is currently being scored a couple laps down here, in a tough break for that 14 ride is Ty Dickinson in position number 14 right now as the 67 ride dealing with some unfortunate, just some unfortunate wheelbase issues. The wheel is unfortunately disconnecting on him, and he's trying to get things work properly, and unfortunately they haven't worked out too well for him. And unfortunately for Daniel Doe, things aren't going to work out for him again here, as I'm not sure if him and the 24 ride make contact. Daniel Doe's rough night getting a little bit rougher here. I don't think there was any contact, but definitely right on that rear quarter panel there, that left rear quarter panel. I don't think any contact, if anything, maybe a little neck code here between the 24 and the 14 ride. And yeah, I think it's more or less just a little neck code right there. Unfortunately knocks that rear end loose on the 14 ride, who was trying to be in that lucky dog position to get some laps back. And as he tries to correct that car, it just recorrects itself, and off the fence it goes, and a pretty hard hit right there. And unfortunately for the 14 ride, he takes it down pit side, and he'll be down there for quite a while, unfortunately. And Bryce Dickinson, I do believe, will get the EOL, so he'll get one of his laps back. So good break there for the 84 ride. At least going to get another lap back here. You see that heavily damaged car from his earlier incident as well. Looking to just try to chip away, trying to get back onto the lead lap and maybe get back into contention for that final spot into the transfer position here. See Cody DeForge did take his car down pit side, currently in that 14th position. Ty Dickinson, quite a bit of front end damage on this Papa Mike Promotions Black Diamond Mafia 67 ride. Is on the left front damage there on that 67 machine, but he's going to keep it out there on the racetrack and keep hoping for the best. And if a couple more drivers in front of him run some late race issues, he may be in a good position to advance himself into the All-Star race here this evening, which will have an extra $50 on the line for our All-Star race winner. So the All-Star winner will earn themselves an extra little bit of a payday here this evening. Mama Bear says, oh no, Dickinson boys. Yeah, unfortunately they're down bad here this evening, Mama Bear. They're down bad here this evening. Unfortunately, some pretty good contact there on Bryce, and Ty having some wheel issues and everything else. Definitely making their nights very long and very tough to be able to try to work themselves into the show here this evening, as we will get ready. Set them back loose here. Every single one of these caution laps, very important, as that's clicking off these laps and in a quick hurry. And the quicker these laps get clicked down, the quicker we get to our checkered flag. And some of the drivers that are on the outside looking in, they don't want to see this one go clean and green the rest of the way. Some of them looking for those caution flags. They're going to need them in quick concession here to try to get their laps back, to get back onto the lead lap here in this last chance dance race. Alrighty, as we'll get them all lined up here, 2x2x2 out there on the racetrack. The 19 rider Sean Jessic, gonna see that green flag flying down through the Geico restart zone, and we are back in action here from North Wilkesboro. As quickly, you see the 91 right, Keith Hackney drop down to the inside lane, trying to stay right on the back bumper of the 19 right as Jessic trying to open up a little bit more of that lead like he did on the last restart. Unfortunately, no door-to-door racing for position number 2 this time, and that's really keeping Hackney right there, putting the pressure on his back bumper as door-to-door back there behind him for that 3rd position. Some great racing here in this one as Blake Murray be able to clear the 45 right of Nicholas Cody and stay in position number 3. As now you see the 54 right of Lane Phillips. He's looking to try to get back inside the top 4 here. Is all over the back bumper of that 45 right there. Almost gave him a little bit of a bump and run down through quarter number 3 and 4 last time by the start-finish line. Now he's going to have some pressure himself as the 7 ride of James McRae almost made a mistake there. Hit a little bit of curbing down low on the bottom side of quarter number 3. Almost shut him off the racetrack as he was trying to poke his nose underneath that 54 ride, and that could have spelled trouble for both of those drivers. Doug Roth sitting solidly right now in the 7th spot as the Scary Strokes machine just chilling there in the 7th position, knowing that he's sitting in a good spot, trying to not use up his equipment, not try to tear up his race car, and just keep himself right here in that comfort zone as he's looking to work himself into the show. You see Zach Lockett and William McKellar battling door-to-door for 8th and 9th on the racetrack, and then you see John McNeil back there in 10th, Cody DeForge in 11th as Forge has worked himself up inside the top 11 now, so into a transfer spot for the Race City Racing memorabilia 24 ride, and then you see Timothy Stubblefield there in 11th as, oh no, William McKellar down through the grass here. Caution flag will fly. And a couple of drivers, unfortunately, off the racetrack, and we will see another caution flag fly here. We'll take a first look at James Smith in the 10 machine as he just loses it here at a corner number 2. The rear end just steps out and around on him. Luckily enough, he's able to get that car checked up and point it back in the right direction. No damage on the 10 machine, and the Hooters ride will keep on rolling. And then you see William McKellar do virtually the exact same thing, maybe just getting on the throttle a little bit too quick, and that car just snaps loose out of corner number 2 and almost right in the tire tracks of James Smith as that car turned back around after the caution flag was displayed and rejoin the rear of the field, and they'll keep on rolling here and getting ready for another restart as McKellar down pit side. James Smith also down there as well. We did see Ronald Lousy run into some issues in the 15 ride as the Black Rifle Coffee Company machine also down pit side here. I'm not 100% sure. Looks like Ronald Lousy unfortunately just had some issues. I'm not sure if he had damage on his car. Looks like that right front is pretty busted up here. See if we can play it back. Here you go. Looks like he's already feeling the damage there. Not sure where he may have gotten this damage. It's 15 ride. Unfortunately, somewhere finds the outside fence and quite a bit of damage on his ride. Now down pit side, and unfortunately for him, it's got him down there for quite a little while, and tough break for the 15 machine. Oh, right there. Scats loose down the front straightaway, washes up the track hard into the outside fence, and fortunately you see that front end just all tore apart. The car is just trying to turn left. It's still going straight here as it's definitely towed out quite a bit, and fortunately just cannot rotate the corners, cannot pick up any speed without getting into the wall again, and that will take the Black Rifle Coffee Company ride down pit side for serious work on that machine, and that's a tough break. See him take it right into the pits there, and Crew's going to work. Unfortunately, he may run out of time here on the evening as now he's lost a insurmountable amount of laps, unfortunately, for that number 15 machine. As we got him stacked up, racked up, ready to try to go back to green flag racing here once again as John Jessic leads the way. The Anything EC machine out in front. Acme, Murray, Cody, Phillips, McRae, Lockett, Roth, DeForge, and McNeil round out our top 10. Timothy Stubblefield and Ty Dickinson. Our top 12 right now is our top 12 will advance into Slingshot Sim Racing Series presented by Race City Racing Memorabilia 2024 All-Star Race. This is the last chance dance for the All-Star Race here this evening. Only 12 drivers will advance. Everybody else will unfortunately be headed home early as Willie McKellar, James Smith, Bryce Dickinson, Daniel Doe, Ronald Lemsey all on the outside looking in here as that 67 ride ran into some wheel issues here early on the evening. We're trying to get that steering wheel to work well as a little contact and hard into the inside fence goes the 10 ride of Smith. James Smith, heavy damage here for the 10 ride. And that may take him out of contention here this evening as we do see another driver spinning around there. That was Bryce Dickinson going for a spin out of corner number 2. And mayhem is starting to ensue here as drivers just unfortunately running into some issues. And the 84 ride just out of corner number 2. Loses that rear end, spins her around, goes for a loop-de-loop, and backs her down into the infield. And no caution flag on the racetrack. So we keep on rolling here. Is actually no caution flag. So a top break there once again for Bryce Dickinson. A top break there for the number 10 rider James Smith, who's now down pit side as well. Had to take that car down pit lane. That's extensive work onto it here. So he'll go to work and try to figure out what he needs to get back out there onto the racetrack. But that may be all she wrote for the 10 ride here this evening. John Jessic, though, has let it clean and green here right from the drop of the green flag. Trying to lead her right down to the checkered flag. Looking to punch his ticket into the All-Star race. So isn't Grip Hackney right there behind him as we do see the caution flag fly as this time the 7 ride of James McRae running into some issues here. The Popeyes 7 machine, unfortunately, running just outside the top 5 right here, and he gets loose coming out of corner number 4, and it's up into the outside fence, sideways there on the racetrack, skidding down across the front stretch, and flagman will call that yellow flag. And unfortunately for the 7 ride, some pretty good damage on that machine as we will get them ready to go back to battle here in just a few more moments as Dylan Murray. That's good, Dylan. Dylan coming in, showing the love with the like and the share on the broadcast. How are you? Dylan says, what's up, Leo? What's up, Dylan? How are you, my dude? My man, Cody McCoy. Cody coming in, setting it off as well. How are you, Mr. McCoy? Cody coming in, setting it off with the like and the share as well. I appreciate you, Dylan. I appreciate you, Cody, coming in, showing the big love here in this one. As ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that gosh heckin' like button, hit that share, hit that follow, hit that subscribe button, hit all the buttons, hit the clip button, hit the save button, hit the join button, become a brand new member over on the YouTube channel. Just hit all the buttons, hit them all, help us out, hit every button on the screen, except for other videos. As Jessica Stubblefield coming in says, more yellow laps than green. Unfortunately, so far it's been a little bit more like that. The first 25 laps or so were pretty good, but yeah, unfortunately the yellow laps here do take quite a little while as they get around the track quickly, but they usually run about 3 to 4 caution laps because you got drivers that are on the lead lap that have to come down pit side. You got drivers that are off the lead lap that have to come down pit side. And that kind of adds up, and every caution flag you see 3 or 4 laps off the board, and we have 5 or 6 caution flags in a 50-lap race. It takes up a lot of green flag laps in a quick hurry. But once this All-Star race gets underway in just a little bit, it's going to be absolutely wild. We're going to see some of the best in the business. All of our race winners from early in the season here will be in attendance, plus our top 12 from this race will all be there as well. So top 12 here, and our 8 feature winners, I do believe, from the season will also be in attendance, and we will have a 20-car field here for our A main feature event, the 2024 Slingshot Sim Racing All-Star Series race, as we will get them stacked up and ready to go back to battle. Jessic, Hackney, 1 and 2 on the front row here. Once again, they're sitting comfortably. They know they just got to survive here for the next 6 green flag laps before the checkered flag flies. This caution flag number 4 up on the board, and it is going to dissipate. Hopefully we don't see caution flag number 5 here We'll see a 6-lap shootout. It's down through the Geico restart zone. We are back to Green Flag Racing here at North Wilkesboro. Sean Jessic out in front, getting the restart he needed here once again. As we see Blake Murray, Keith Ackley there in second and third. Lane Phillips there in fourth. Then Nicholas Cody, Doug Roth, Cody DeForge, slowly but surely working himself up through the field. Here is the Rain City Racing member of Amelia Ryan up into that 7th position. So a good late race charge here for the 24 ride. William McKellar right there as well in 8th. Timothy Stubblefield now into the 9th position on the racetrack. Zach Lockett, James McRae, and John McNeil are top 12 here as Ty Dickinson, Bryce Dickinson on the outside looking in right now. So unfortunately for both the Dickinson boys, running into some issues here throughout the evening, and they put them on the outside looking in here when it comes to our all-star race. Is Sean Jessic out in front, going to click another lap off, and we see 3 more laps left to go. 3 more laps here for these drivers in our last chance dance. 12 drivers will punch their ticket into the A main feature event. Everybody else will be headed home early here as this is the battle back there for that 12th spot. Right now, the Exalta number 48 ride does hold that 12th position. All he's got to do is keep the car pointed in the right direction here. Keep it out of trouble. It's trouble in front of him. William McKellar down through the grass here. McKellar making that late race unfortunate break. That will put him outside of a transfer spot. Looking in as the white flag has been displayed. Even if we get another caution flag, unfortunately McKellar quite a ways back there as Ty Dickinson will move into position number 12, and he may punch his ticket with a busted up wheel into the all-star race. And Sean Jessic will pick up the win here and win the last chance dance into the show here this evening. Hackney, Murray, Lane Phillips, Nicholas Cody, and all these other amazing drivers will work themselves into our main event this evening. Oh man, what a heartbreaker right there for William McKellar, man. That is a tough break, and unfortunately for a bunch of our drivers here, they will not get an opportunity to race in our A main feature event as Sean Jessic, Keith Hackney, Blake Murray, Lane Phillips, Nicholas Cody, Cody DeForge there in 6th, Doug Roth, Zach Lockett, James McRae, John McNeil, Timothy Stubblefield, and Ty Dickinson all going to punch their ticket. They will all move on to the all-star race, and they will have a chance at an all-star race checkered flag and a $50 payday here, as unfortunately Bryce Dickinson, after that early race incident, the damage on the car, trying to get those laps back. He gets quite a few of them back, but unfortunately still a lap down there at the end and nowhere really for him to go with all that damage. And a good valiant effort for the 14 ride, unfortunately just a couple spots shy of also working himself into the show. But William McKellar, with a lap and a half left, goes down the back straightaway, loses control of that car. It kicks out and around on him. He goes from inside the top 10 to outside the top 10, and that is a heartbreaker there for that number 41 ride, and that's a tough break right there, as we will get these drivers all ready to rock and roll here for our A main feature event, as this is technically a warm-up session right now, but we are going into a different session here, so we'll have to leave this and go into a different session. I got to make sure that is correct before I get too far into it, but I do believe that is what's going to happen. As Dylan says, best in the biz. If you're new here, yeah, best in the biz. You know it, brother. You know it, Dylan. 100%, my dude. Dylan also says, come on, Ty, send that mug. Hashtag Sweet Tea Gang. Sweet Tea Gang, baby. Still made it. He still made it, as Broken Wheel still made it. Updating drivers again. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, this is going to be very, very fun to watch. Even if it was a lucky break, my boy's still in. Hey, you got to take your victories when you can take your victories. And a dub is a dub. And, I mean, coming home in 12th, you know, for a lot of people isn't a dub, but with a broken wheel, a damaged car, a bleak look and opportunity here to start the evening at advancing for Ty Dickinson, and he's able to stick with it, keep it rolling, and keep it pointing the right direction, and he gets that 67 ride into the show, which is a small victory for certain for the 67 ride. Going to give him another opportunity to maybe fix up his car and get it out there onto the racetrack and have a good run here in this one. That's just a small victory in this life. Gotta take them when you can. Yeah, you gotta take them when you can. That's for certain. Gotta take them when you can. It's already, I do believe everyone has left this session now. I do believe, yes, everyone has left and or reconnected, but I do believe this session is officially come to a close here. I want to make sure that I don't get that wrong. Ty, that is correct, right? This session is over. We're going into a second session. John or Ty or someone that knows that is correct, right? That is how the everything is working here. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. I'm pretty positive. Just don't want to make that mistake and jump out of here and lose the session, but I do believe that is it right there. And if I double check sessions, yeah, we do have a second session up right now. So this one's closed. I believe we should see everybody in there. Okay, perfect. So we will withdraw from that. Leave there. We will get ready here for a brand new session. Brand new bag of toys and a whole reset for these drivers. We'll get ready here for our main event. You can see some of our race winners already loaded in and ready to rock and roll here for the All-Star race. 20 drivers will see that green flag fly. I'm not sure how many of them will see the checkered flag. No matter what, we're going to have a lot of fun as the evening goes on and see these drivers battling out there on the racetrack. And we may see tempers flare like we did on Sunday evening as we saw, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Kyle Busch have their fight. And if you guys missed that, you guys got to go watch it. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun watching those two duke it out for an all-star break, and unfortunately for Stenhouse getting, pretty much wrecked on, lap 2, lap 3 of the all-star break, taking him completely out of chances there, and obviously Ricky definitely not very happy about getting dumped by Kyle Busch, and Busch obviously not happy when, Ricky kind of ran him up or took the middle away from him, and I see a car on two wheels, so it wasn't that bad, Ricky. It wasn't that bad, brother. I'm just kidding. You see these drivers out there on the racetrack here. You see a brand new set of drivers out there. So as they roll out on the racetrack, I'm going to get a quick drink into me, and we will get ready to set this field up for our A-Main feature event. Our A-Main about to get underway. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, don't go anywhere as you don't want to miss this racing action. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the follow and subscribe button as we'll get ready for the 2024 Slingshot Sim Racing Series All-Star Race, presented to you by Race City Racing Memorabilia, Buckrack Motorsports, Dirty Monkey Motorsports, Sweet Tea Gang, Papa Mike Promotions, and all of our anything EC, Scary Strokes, all of our amazing sponsors coming in and making this happen, making the whole season possible. Huge shout out to them, and all these drivers are all-stars here, and you're going to see all their fans and everyone cheering them on week after week after week here. Is amazing thing, and what they built has become an amazing series, and definitely going to only get bigger and better year after year. I'm going to get a quick drink, and then we'll get right into the racing action here. Don't worry, practice is not an hour and 25 minutes long. I'm sure they'll call it here in probably about 4 or 5 minutes, and then we'll get right into the action. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the All-Star race is upon us here. In just a few short moments, qualifying will get underway here. Drivers will jump out onto the racetrack and they will get ready to rock and roll here for a quick qualifying session that will set the 20-car field here for our main feature event, the All-Star Race of the Slingshot Sim Racing Series, presented to you by Race City Racing Memorabilia. As things are about to get underway, things are about to get exciting as a 100-lap feature event. We just watched a 50-lap last chance qualifier where 12 drivers were able to punch their ticket into the show here this evening. That means we got 20 drivers ready to duke it out here this afternoon for a wild night of action, and it's going to be a ton of fun. We're going to see a lot of back and forth and rubbing and scrubbing and beating and banging out there on the track, and it's going to make for a wild evening of racing here for us to enjoy. Right now, as practice coming to a close, John Ross was able to put down the quickest lap time. Lane Phillips, Sean Jessic, Greg O'Berry, Blake Murray, our top five here in the practice session. Some very quick cars, but some other drivers didn't really get out there till later on, where this track has changed quite a bit from where the initial drivers may have laid down their lap time early in the session. The track was still pretty green, had a lot of grip, and then all the rubber being laid down, making this track that much more slicker and a little bit more slimy out there for other drivers who came on later to get a good lap time in, but maybe not the best of what they could have. But still, everyone right there within 2-3 tenths of each other, so everyone's pretty close in times, and it's gonna make for some wild racing action here when we see everyone on fresh equipment, fresh tires, and everything else rolling out there on the track. So it should be a lot of fun. You see Lane Phillips out there right now rolling around in his last little bit of practice in, as the checkered flag has been displayed here for the practice session, and that means qualifying is underway. So qualifying now to set the stage here for our all-star race. Drivers will get 2 laps, a 2-lap chance here to lay down their quickest lap times in a quick hurry. See Doug Roth getting ready to roll out there. The John McNeil ride, the Exalta machine, McNeil Media machine, rolling out onto the track. Zach Lockett out there as well in the New Jersey Devils 93 ride. Cody DeForge in the Race City Racing Memorabilia 24 ride, looking for a good lap time, as it's pretty tough to pass to this racetrack. We saw it on Sunday evening in the real-life NASCAR All-Star Race. Sometimes passing can be a bit of a nuisance here at North Wilkesboro, and sometimes you got to use that bumper. Maybe not as much of a bumper as what Kyle Busch had to use, but sometimes you got to use your elbows. You got to rub and scrub and lean on drivers, and that's where the intensity builds up. Drivers get a little too aggressive, maybe a little too much contact, and that'll make things very wild. Qualifying time, yellow will be thrown at lap 70. Will give us a 25-lap shootout. $50 to the winner. All right, you just heard it from Race Control, the man with the plan, the master man. John Fowler coming into the chat, giving us the heads up there. So, yeah, qualifying time, and then we will see a yellow flag being thrown at lap number 75 laps during the caution break, and that should give us a 25-lap shootout for $50. So what you need to have is a very good first stage here. You need to be able to put yourself in position to be able to maybe come down pit side, not come down pit side, as that may also be an option here. And we may see some pit strategy come out of that, where drivers at the front of the field, they may want to keep that track position. They may not want to take the opportunity, the chance to be shuffled deeper into the field and not have a great qual or a great pit stop, or other drivers can leapfrog them down pit road or stay out and leapfrog them on the track. So pit strategy may become a very big player at that lap 70 stage break. And I mean, that's a tough call right there. You got to really look at where you're at, where your car is at, if it's in good condition, or if we've had multiple caution flags before that to maybe save your equipment a little bit better. It's going to make things play out pretty wildly. already as qualifying coming to an end here. That means we are going to get ready for our main feature event. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Our 2024 Sim Racing or Slingshot Sim Racing Series All-Star Race is about to get underway as the last couple laps here for drivers laying down some quick times. Blake Murray jumping up the third on the speed charts. Lane Phillips right there in position number 4, looking for more here on lap number 2. Can he get a little quicker? He does. Phillips jumps up into second here. Hackney now into position number 3 right there behind him. So these House of Speed NLR rides, they came here to mean business, and right now all 3 of them up inside the top 5 here in this qualifying session. Still waiting for Nathan Smith to possibly jump out there and get his qualifying lap time, but we haven't seen Smith on the track, and John Fowler is our race control, so he will be up in the stands watching these drivers, making sure that they hit their marks and not make too many mistakes out there on the track as we get ready to rock and roll. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the All-Star break, the All-Star race is here, and we are absolutely pumped for it. We even had to throw on the sports jacket here for this one, as this one's going to mean business. These drivers aren't here to play around, and either am I, as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here. They'll get lined up on the front straightaway, I do believe, or they may be down pit side. No, front straightaway. As you see, our pole sitter was able to pick up the win in the last chance dance race. Picking up the win in the last chance dance race, the 19 ride. The Anything EC machine of Sean Jessic is our pole sitter here for the 2024 Slingshot Sim Racing Series All-Star Race, presented to you by Buckcrack Motorsports, Race City Racing Memorabilia, Dirty Monkey Motorsports, Anything EC, Papa Mike Promotions, and Scary Strokes. As you see, the Papa Mike Promotions, the number 54 ride, the House of Speed NLR machine, Lane Phillips to the outside of our pole sitter here. He will start in position number 2. Keith Hackney, Grip Hackney, will start there in the 3rd spot as he gets ready to load into the simulator. Here he goes. There you go. The All-Star looking ride here for the Team Cody Performance, Papa Mike Promotions, House of Speed, NLR rider Keith Hackney starting there in 3rd. To his outside, in the McNeil Media Exalta 48 ride of John McNeil, will start in 4th. And we see another Grip Hackney Live House of Speed Papa Mike Promotions ride, the 83 of Blake Murray, will round out our top 5. Nicholas Cody in the Red Bull Racing number 45 ride there in the 6th position. Then we see the Sim Motion number 44 ride. That is John Ross, going to start in position number 7. Is outside in the Scary Strokes 43, the STP machine. That is Doug Roth there in 8th, and bringing up our 5th row. In the Sparkle and Shine, Anything EC number 17, it's Michael Madden. To his outside, in the Liberty University 82 ride, that is Christopher DeWald, rounding out our top 10. Brango Berry in the Liberty Flames, Liberty University 71 ride, will start there in 11th. To his outside, our Daytona 500 winner, Christian Delgado, will start in position number 12. And we see the number 46 ride of Adam Pettit in his Anything EC ride, going to be starting in the 13th position. You will have Zach Lockett in the New Jersey Devils Rising Camaro there in position number 14. And you see the number 24 of Cody DeForge in the Race City Racing Memorabilia ride, going to start in that 15th position. Yes, James McRae in the Popeyes ride to his outside, starting in the 17th spot. In the number, I do believe the number 67 ride will be Ty Dickinson. There you see Stubbs Nation will start to his outside. The brand new look here for the Cook and Boardman group. Stubbs Nation number 92 ride as Timothy Stubblefield starting in the 18th spot and bringing up the rear of the field in the 19th position is the 99 ride, the Busch Latte Apple number 99, the Pop Mike Promotions machine of Nathan Smith, bringing up the rear of the field as 19 drivers ready to go to battle. Our 2024 Slingshot Sim Racing Series All-Star Race is underway here from North Wilksboro Speedway. Sean Jessic, Lane Phillip down into quarter number 1. Nice and easy out of quarter number 2. Rubbing the rail here. This is the 84 ride as John McNeil getting up on a piece of the outside fence at a quarter number 2. He's still stuck up there as here comes Michael Madden and the 44 of John Ross working to his inside. Sean Jessic will lead lap number 1 in this one, and he is looking to try to open up a quick lead here. As the Anything EC ride picking right up where he left off as he was able to win the last chance dance. The punch his ticket into this all-star race, comes in, puts himself on that pole position here as we see our first caution flag of the evening fly. This 19 ride did not come here to mess around. He has been all business, no party here this evening. That 19 ride looking to try to pick up the payday, the cash payment at the end of the night. Our race winner is, fortunately, here you see the 82 ride get out, gets a piece of that outside fence there himself. I'm not sure if something broke in that right front because that car just, fortunately, goes around on him here in quarter number 3 and 4. And we get parked down on the apron here, and that will bring out our caution flag. He's trying to get her back onto the track and pointing back in the right direction, and unfortunately doing so, stops sideways on the racetrack. Yellow flag did get displayed, so a tough break for 83 of Christian Delgado as he was definitely looking to have a good run here himself, and just that hit right there into the outside catch fence just busted something up in that right front. And fortunately, that little bit of damage enough to affect the car down through 3 and 4, and it's a tough break for him. A tough break as well. I'm not sure if there was any contact here, but Greg O'Berry may have gotten a piece of somebody as well. As that was happening, looks like Greg O'Berry, yeah, sideways. Oh, he does get a couple cars here. Oh, bless me. I had to sneeze. Oh, my gosh. No, I almost died. It's Greg O'Berry. Oh, my gosh. Made me sneeze right there. Our 4-time winner in this series already, picking up 4 checkered flags here in the first third of our series. Just out at quarter number 4, gets super loose, tries to correct it. Unfortunately, the car just snaps up the racetrack, flips the 46 right on Adam Pettit and parks right on the nose of that 31 rider, Christian Delgado. Delgado just really nowhere to go here as he's going to get a great look at this one. We'll jump right on board here with that number 31 ride and see what he can see here as 71 out of corner 4. A couple cars in front of him here. Gets loose, washes down the track, and then comes right back up in front of him. And he tries to get up and out of the way, gets a piece of the outside wall there as well. And then you see more contact there as well, as I believe that was Cody DeForge getting a piece of the number, I don't know who that, the 46 of Adam Pettit. As Pettit gets body slammed in that left rear quarter panel here by the 71. It gets him super loose. He's drifting through the corner. Unfortunately, drifts down the track and right onto the lap of the 24 ride. DeForge doesn't look like too much damage to that 24 ride as the Race City Racing memorabilia machine will keep on trucking, and we'll get ready here for our first restart of the evening early on in this race. And this is where things, if we see multiple caution flags early in this race, what will be the game plan? Will drivers come down pit side, maybe try to put on a fresh set of tires, maybe try to do any last minute adjustments to their race cars here for that final run as our lap number 70 we'll see a mandatory caution flag be thrown. So the caution flag will come out at lap 70. These drivers will have 5 laps of pacing for pit stops and everything else, and then we will see a 25 lap shootout in our second stage of the day as quickly Green flag back out into the air in this one. 9 laps up on the board already, so these laps will get clicked down in a quick hurry as we see another caution flag. Cautions breeding cautions. And this will just build up the intensity more and more as the Exalta McNeil Media number 48 ride with some issues here in quarter one, and just gets in there a little bit too deep. Lots of those tires kind of gets into a hop and a skip, and unfortunately just keeps on sliding here down through quarter one, and it's a little piece of the outside fence, not too much, as we'll jump on board here and see what we can see from the driver's seat as sends it in here, and just unfortunately just gets onto the binders and just wheels lock up on him, and they do that. He's just kind of trying to hang on and hope that it doesn't get a big piece of that outside fence. Unfortunately, he does get a pretty good piece of it here, and the tough way to hit this restart for that number 48 ride, and definitely not the position he wants to be in, as he's going to lose a lot of track position. To get himself back to the front of the field, he's going to have to play some strategy or something and make some big passes to work himself back up to the front of the pack here at North Wilkesboro, as we will get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing in just a few more moments. As man, this has been an absolutely amazing race, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. If you guys are enjoying the racing action here in this one, if you haven't already, please do me a favor on the live stream, or if you're rewatching the broadcast, or if you're watching a highlight video that we may make of this as well, make sure you guys hit the like button for me, hit the share button, hit the follow and subscribe button if you're watching over on YouTube, or if you haven't already, make sure you go over and subscribe to our YouTube channel as we continue to keep on growing on all fronts here on PeaceMaker Gaming. Absolutely free to do and helps us out a ton. Every like, comment, and share helps, share it out to more and more people, gets more eyes on all these fantastic drivers, and that's exactly what we want to do each and every race, but especially here on our all-star race when we can show off some of the best in the business. Jessica Stubblefield says, let's go Stubbs, cheered on Stub Nation number 92 ride. Timothy Stubblefield out there on the track, currently running in the 14th position. Unfortunately, I haven't seen too many green flag laps yet in this race to really see who's got the best car set up, who's got it set up for the long run, who's got it set up for the short run. You may want that short run speed, as this is a very tricky racetrack, and we've already seen that in the opening, 13, 14 laps of this event, that anything can happen in a quick hurry. When drivers make those mistakes, more mistakes are made directly after, and cautions breed cautions, and we may see another quick one here, or we may see this one go green flag all the way for the next 55 laps on the racetrack until our mandatory caution flag, our stage break at lap 70. Out in front, the 19 ride of Sean Jessic, looking to hit another restart perfectly here. It's the 19 machine. At a quarter number 4, we'll see that pace car make his way back down pit side, and the 19 ride sees the green flag back out into the air, and he sets the field loose back behind him. He gets a great jump over the 54 ride of Lane Phillips, now battling door to door with his teammate. It's him and Keith Hackney right there in position number 2 and 3 on the track, and that may be what the 19 ride needs to try to open up a little bit of a lead, but unfortunately, caution flag is going to come right back out here as cautions breed cautions, and fortunately here in this one, looks like Ty Dickinson may have ran into some issues here in the 67 ride, as the Tide ride has the 46 all over his back bumper here. I'm not sure if any contact was made. He gets a piece of the grass and unfortunately just gets into the grass right there. You see the front bumper get tore off that ride, and a tough break there for the Black Diamond Mafia Papa Mike Promotions Tide machine of Ty Dickinson, as Team Gang just trying to hang on here, and unfortunately just getting a piece of that grass can drag you in there in a quick hurry. Take a good look at that front bumper going flying through the air here. Heads up for this front bumper. Anyone down in the grandstands and down in the infield, hopefully everyone misses this front bumper as it goes rocket launching. They're in it to the air, and I mean, I'm no rocket scientist, but I know rocket appliances when I see them. That's right there. All the drivers getting lined back up and ready to go back to battle here. Sean Jessic out in front. Keith Dackney there in second. Lane Phillips, Blake Murray, John Ross, our top 5. Nicholas Cody, Michael Madden, Doug Roth, Christian Delgado, and Zach Lockett. Our top 10 here in this one. On the outside of the top 10 looking in, it's James McRae, Nathan Smith, Timothy Stubblefield, Greg O'Berry, Christopher DeWald, John McNeil, Adam Pettit, Cody DeForge, Ty Dickinson, and John Fowler. Is unfortunately for DeForge and Dickinson, both drivers down pit side here. I'm not sure what might happen here. We also saw more action as the 46 ride. They've run into some issues here as well. It's Adam Pettit in the 46 ride who was on the back bumper there. He's going to get some contact out of 2 as well. And, oh, Cody DeForge trying to get up and out of the way, trying to avoid the contact with the 46 ride. Luckily enough, not really any damage on the 46 ride, but heavy damage here for that 24 ride of Cody DeForge as he sees the 46 spin out in front of him. He tries to drive up the racetrack to avoid it, and unfortunately gets up there a little bit too hot and heavy, and as he does, he pancakes that outside fence, and heavy damage. He's down pit side getting extensive work done to this car as, and from that angle, from the driver's seat, you expect that 46 ride going to come in and park right on your lap there, and unfortunately that never happened, and unfortunately heavy damage nonetheless. For the Race City Racing memorabilia number 24 ride as we got them all ready to rock and roll. Once again, the lights are back off the official iRacing pace car, and we'll try this one all over again as quick concession caution flags. Cautions breeding cautions here in the All-Star race at North Wilkesboro Speedway. The fireworks been underway here in this one. They may not be over. We may see Kyle Busch and Ricky Stenhouse have to fight it out down on the infield here at any moment as drivers maybe getting a little bit hot and horny out there on the racetrack as fumes are starting to fly. Drivers are starting to feel the pressure, trying to work themselves up through the field here as the laps count down each and every caution flag in. This making this race even shorter and shorter as Sean Jessic, he's loving it out in front, controlling this race. The more laps under caution flags, the less equipment that he's got to tear up. And once again, another quick caution flag, and it looks like Christian Delgado having some issues here. The 31 right, I see Doug Roth already locking him up here as I think these two may have just ran out of room down across the line. Delgado, Roth, looks like Roth gets up a little piece of the wall there, bounces off the wall, clips that right rear quarter panel of the Track Racer 31 ride, and fortunately he goes hard up into the outside fence there. Heavy damage for him as he goes backwards into the wall. I'm not sure if anyone else gets a piece of him here as everyone's trying to scatter away, and a good heads-up piece of driving by John McNeil to get through that and not get any contact there himself. Let's see if we can jump right onto the chase cam and see what McNeil sees here as he'll be able to avoid this one. Makes the quick heads-up call, splits the middle, and gets around Doug Roth, who's hard on the brakes, and the 31 ride pointed in the wrong direction there in quarter number 1. And that's what we're talking about. Quick concession, quick caution flags, and every one of these caution laps will click off another lap on the scoreboard, and that makes this race that much shorter, that much more intense for each and every one of these drivers. We're already 1/4 of the way through, and only 75 laps left to go, so we're down to a 50-lap shootout now to our mandatory caution flag at lap number 70. So we'll get ready for stage number 2 with a 25-lap shootout, and that will make things very interesting. Sean Kosier says, get it, Jesnick, cheering on that 19 ride. Listen, Sean has been on point all evening long. That Anything EC machine has been out in front here, led every single lap in our last chance dance to qualify here for the All-Star race, and he qualified on the pole here in this race in the feature event, and now has himself out in front and sitting pretty here. Led every lap of this All-Star weekend, and he is looking very, very strong here in this one. And I think he's going to be a tough cookie to beat all evening long, but it could come down to a late race pit strategy as we'll get a quick word in here from our sponsors over at Scary Strokes.
Fun meets fright Fright, where every experience transports you to a world of fun. Play 18 holes of blacklight minigolf in ancient Egypt, a haunted house, and beyond the grave. Step inside our virtual reality arena, where you take control of video games and virtual worlds. Battle robots, shoot zombies, and compete against your friends. Throw your next birthday with our VIP party pack. Our party pros are ready to entertain you with a fright fest you'll never forget. Perfect for an action-packed date night full of flirty fun. Our state-of-the-art arcade has the latest games with the coolest prizes. Be sure to feast on some tasty morsels in the Graveyard Grill. So come on, bring your ghoulish gang over to Scary's throats, where every experience matters.
Alrighty, is the green flag about to come back out in our Slingshot Sim Racing Series All-Star Race. Sean Jessic able to hit the restart perfectly here once again as the 19 ride out in front leading the way clears. The 91 of Keith Acme down through 1 and 2, down the back straightaway, looking to try to open up a couple car lengths, give himself that breathing room between himself and the 91. As Hackney there in second lane, Phillips right there in third lane. You see Blake Murray door to door here with John Ross, the Sim Motion Machine, battling here, trying to work himself into the fourth position. The other group, Hackney Live Ride, out there on the racetrack. The 83 machine of Murray not wanting to give that spot up. Unfortunately, too strong down low. The 44 ride clears the 83 and up into fourth. So good piece of driving there by John Ross to move himself into that fourth position. Then you see the 45 ride of Nicholas Cody and the 17 ride of Michael Madden there, door to door, battling back here for the 7th spot on the track, or 6th spot on the track here. Looking to try to hunt down that 83 ride, maybe put themselves inside the top 5 as James McRae, Zach Lockett, Nathan Smith up 10 spots on the racetrack. 99 ride qualified all the way back in the 20th position. He's been able to make some changes and get this 99 ride pointed in the right direction here. Up 10 spots and inside our top 10, but he's got a very fast cat right there behind him is Greg O'Berry. In that 71 ride has picked up 4 checkered flags already in the series, and he's looking to pick up one more here in the All-Star break as, sideways contact the 7 rider James McRae. Look out, contact there for a few drivers as McRae unfortunately slideways down through 3 and 4. That was almost another caution flag as he drove it in deep, trying to get underneath the 45 ride. Unfortunately gets a piece of the berm there. Slides up the racetrack into that 45 ride, and they see contact with 71 of Greg O'Berry, and unfortunately some more contact there as well for the 46 ride. I believe that was Adam Pettit, who also got a piece of him there, and a tough break for that Popeye 7 machine as he's now slid all the way back outside the top 10 into the 17th position, and the last car on the lead lap right there on the track. So a tough cookie right there for the 7 machine as you look to try to rebound, but the laps are starting to wind down here in this one as out in front Sean Jessic leads the way. He's got a 7/10 of a second lead between himself and Keith Hackney as Hackney sitting pretty right there in second. Knows he just needs to bide his time, put himself in the best position possible for our 25 lap shootout in our second stage of the All-Star break. Is a mandatory caution flag at lap number 70. We'll see a 25 lap shootout to finish this thing off as we do see another caution flag being displayed here in this one. So a mid-stage 1 caution flag as 31 Ryan gonna get a little shot. He's gonna slide all the way through corner 1 and down through 2 here. Fortunately, he's going to go around and blinking out there on the racetrack, too. So I'm not sure if the blinking had an issue with the initial contact. We saw the car pretty good on the track leading up to that. So I'm not sure. McNeil up on the high side gets a big run here. Down through corner 4, gets a big run and takes a peek down low, gets in there a little bit tougher, a little bit farther than the 31 ride, and puts him up into the outside fence. The car kicks loose again. Like Stubblefield just narrowly avoiding contact there as the 37 was blinking, or 31 was blinking there on the track, but another tough hit and a tough break there for the track racer ride of Christian Delgado as he goes for another ride down here in corner number 1, and we'll jump right on board with him. And see that car, unfortunately nothing he can really do. He's trying to keep her together, and unfortunately after that contact, I think the contact was so hard it must have blew the Ethernet cable right out of his computer. So tough break there for that number 31 ride, as now he needs a new Ethernet cable, and unfortunately those things are pretty long, and you gotta find a good one, and unless Sweaterman's there to help you, I don't think he's gonna have much help with that internet issue. He is rolling back out on the racetrack, so hopefully someone's helped him out. Maybe he's called the Avengers and helped him get this 31 ride maybe put back together, back into one piece, and the internet become a non-issue for him. Doug Roth rolling out there again as he came down pit side, got some work done to the Scary Strokes Dirty Monkey Motorsports STP machine as he rolls out there on the track. The 43 ride looking to rejoin the rear of the field as Delgado down pit side getting more work done to his machine. That 19 ride of Sean Jessic has been picture perfect here in this one, as he has been the reflection of perfection here this evening. Led every single lap so far, hasn't really given too many opportunities for Hackney, John Ross, Leighton Phillips, Michael Matter, Blake Murray to be able to make moves on him. He hasn't made really any mistakes, and they'll just keep this car out of trouble, out of the wall, and in the right direction here all evening long. But he's looking to do some donuts, not throughout the race, but at the end of the race he's looking to celebrate a victory and trying to put that extra payday in his pocket. It's down through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. The pace car will make the hard left-hand turn and head back down pit side, unleashing this field back to our flagman, and he will let him loose. Is out of corner number 4. The restart here once again in the All-Star race as quickly, oh man, you saw the 31 ride of Christian Delgado trying to come back out onto the racetrack at the same time as drivers were coming back out here as well. That could have been close, and that could have been a big one here. That 31 ride rolled back out there as everyone was headed down through 1 and into 2 there, and that could have been a lot worse. As out in front, Sean Jessic picking right up where he let off, and that is right here at the front of the field. He's trying to run away from the 91 ride of Keith Hackney. Hackney this time, though, sticking right there with him, not really letting him run away, but able to open up a little bit of a lead between these two and our third place driver, Blake Murray, as Murray now into that third spot as the caution flag will fly. Caution flag going to come out, and this time looks like Lane Phillips. He's having such a great run up inside the top 3 here for a lot of this evening. He's going to get collected in this one. Some tough racing here. You see the 54 ride already slideways here through corner number 4, but he got some pretty good front end damage here. I'm not sure where that may have happened. Not sure if he's already got that damage on the car right here. He does. He's already got that front right damage on the car. He's been jumped up to the outside lane, just trying to hang on to it here. And Greg Goberry and John McNeil down to his inside here, and just through corner 3 and then out at 4. Just looks like that rear end's just snap out and around on him here, and unfortunately gets a piece of McNeil, and him and McNeil are going to slide down the racetrack. A hard hit right there for the 54 ride. I'm not sure if McNeil made any contact with that wall, but he got some pretty good damage after the contact with this 54 ride, and he's able to lock her up and keep her out of the fence. So a good piece of driving for the number 48 ride to keep himself out of trouble, but a tough break here for Lane Phillips as he gets slideways out of corner number 4 and washes down the track and then ends up into that inside fence. And a pretty heavy hit for the Heartland Harley Davidson Papa Mike Promotions South Speed Machine as, oh, heavy hit, heavy damage. Got that Team Conti G.GG ride. Rolling back out there on the racetrack, unfortunately, still has quite a bit of damage. I'm not sure how he's going to be able to maneuver around the racetrack. So you do see Doug Roth back down pit side here again. So Roth looking like he's going to get another set of tires onto this ride, and we're going to see if he can use these good new tires to his advantage throughout this race. And we see that mandatory caution flag come out at lap 70, where drivers may decide to be if they come down pit side or anything else, as they open up the door for that 43 ride to maybe gain a bunch of track position and have the better tires towards the front of the field, and maybe beneficial for him and maybe park himself into victory lane. And sometimes when you're mired back deeper in the field, those are the strategies you kind of got to roll with. You kind of run and do some different strategies, do what the leaders aren't doing, and just kind of do opposite of what they do to see if you can get some track position throughout this race to put yourself in position to maybe pick up the win here this evening, or at least leapfrog and get a better finish. But no points on the line here in the All-Star break. No points, no nothing. So it's all guts and glory and an extra payday for our race winner, and that's what every single driver is here to get this evening. They want to have some fun, but at the same time, they know they can cross that line and put themselves into victory lane, put themselves into the history books here. They're also looking to try and put themselves in a little better financial position. Not $1 million, but still a decent payday up for the grabs here of our race winner. So, and that 19 ride, he hasn't missed a note out there on the racetrack. He's been on every single restart, picture perfect, but this time the 91 ride, Keith Hackney, in a pretty good restart, trying to stay to the outside of the 19 machine. We've seen Sean Jessic time and time again be able to clear him through one, but not that time. Hackney was able to stick right there to his outside. Then Hackney, unfortunately, pushed up the racetrack and to roll under the throttle. His contact back there behind him. Oh, brother! Caution flag is going to fly. Nicholas Cody almost going for a loop-de-loop there out at corner number 4, and we'll bring the caution flag back out. Looks like a little bit of a log jam right here. Everyone kind of punched together pretty decently and kind of get a little accordion effect there. Unfortunately, the 71 ride not realizing that the 45 is getting into the back end of the 17 ride as he has to check up a little bit out of corner number 4, and he checks up. The 71 gets in there, gives him a shot right into that back bumper, more or less into that left rear quarter panel, and just lightens the load on that left rear, knocks the rear loose and spins him around here, and put a little damage there to that 45 and the 71 ride, who already had some damage and issues throughout this race. So a tough break for our 4-time feature winner here this year. Grego Berry has pretty good contact there again, and another sent to the back and having to restart here from deep in the field as Cody will roll back onto the track. So won't Grego Berry, and we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing here in just a few more moments. Sean Jessic out in front, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. If you guys have been enjoying the action, please, once again, make sure you hit the like button, drop a couple comments, let us know who you're cheering for, who you want to see in victory lane. If any of the drivers that are here are re-watching it or watching it live or anything else, man, make sure you guys, shout out your sponsors, shout out your friends and family, thank them for tuning in and watching the race. Do that in the comments section right now and shout them out and give them an extra little bit of a thank you here in this all-star race, as this isn't really a race for the drivers. This is more of a race for all the fans in the stands, and you see them here all evening long at North Wilkesboro Speedway. They're on their feet, they're cheering these drivers on. Everyone here to have a good time at North Wilkesboro for this evening's race, and obviously money on the line. Drivers want to earn that payday, but they want to put on a show for us, and so far we've seen some great racing action and a few quick caution flags, but hopefully those are out the window and we'll see nothing but green skies and clear skies and green flags here for the rest of the evening, as already halfway through this all-star race. Already halfway through is lap 55 up onto the board. The lights off on the base car, so that means we will go back green flag racing here on lap 56, meaning that we will have a 14-lap race here to our mandatory caution flag at lap 70. Then we will see the green flag come back out at lap number 75, making it a 25-lap second stage shootout here to finish off the 2024 Slingshot Sim Racing Series all-star race. And we're going to set them up right now for an all-star. Crank it up. Ladies and gentlemen, cheer on your drivers as we are back to Green Flag Racing, and we're going to crank it up here on PeaceMaker Gaming. Out here is our crank it up caution flag will once again strike, as unfortunately for a few drivers running into issues again here in this one. We will take a look and see what may have happened, and looks like Lane Phillips, Christian Delgado may have gotten collected here in this one, as there you go, the 54 ride down the bottom side. Looks like he gets a little bit onto the apron, kind of loses the rear end, trying to correct it, gets up into the outside fence there again. Heavy contact there for that 55 ride, and a tough break for Lane Phillips as he'll take that car right down pit side. And then the number 31, I'm not sure what might have happened here, as Delgado, not sure where he may have had this issue. Let's see if we can take a look back and see if, I'm not sure where he might have just had some issues there with the blinking on the racetrack. Unfortunately, his connection issue is still not very good out there, so tough break for the 31 as well, getting a little bit of damage there, but I don't think really too much that's going to affect his car. But nonetheless, we will get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here in this one, as out in front, Sean Jessic leading the way here. Jessic out in front, leading the way, as we did see some drivers head down pit side. We saw John Ross, Zach Lockett both come down pit road here. Possibly some pit strategy coming out before the mandatory caution break. I'm not sure if they will use this as the mandatory caution or not. Nonetheless, a couple drivers from the top 10 headed down pit side, getting some work done to their rides, and Rolling back out there onto the racetrack now, deep in the pack, but we will get ready to go back to battle here in just a quick couple moments. Alrighty, as the green flag coming back out here. Quickly, the green flag back into the air here as these drivers are duking it out. Sean Jessic leads the way here. Jessic, nice and easy down through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4 here. He will click off another lap as I do leave. Lap number 71. Going to go up onto the board here, and I'm not sure if they're going to call that last caution flag or stage break, or if they will go with a caution flag here in a lap or two. I'm not sure how they're going to call this one, but it looks like they may be using that as our stage break here. So, tough break for some drivers trying to use that as pit strategy, but nonetheless, we do see 19 rider Sean Jessic leading the way here as he is out in front, sitting pretty, keeping himself right where he's been all evening long, and that's at the front of the field. As the laps have been clicking down more and more and more, we're getting into our final stage here as almost 3/4 of the way through this feature event is down across the line. Lap 74 will go up onto the board here. But we do see a caution flag fly right at lap 74, so this could be our final caution flag of the day. The caution flag's name may not be done, but when we go back, green flag racing, it's going to be a 20-lap shootout here to the end, so that's going to be very, very interesting to see how this one is going to finish off. Is Sean Jessic, Keith Hackney, Blake Murray, Michael Madden, Christopher DeWald, John McNeil, Nicholas Cody, Greg O'Berry, Nathan Smith, and Doug Roth round out our top 10. John Ross in 11th with Zach Lockett there in 12th. Christian Delgado, Timothy Stubblefield, top 14. Adam Pettit, Lane Phillips, James McRae, Cody DeForge, Ty Dickinson, John Fowler round out our field as it looks like Adam Pettit is going to be the issue here and bringing up the caution flag. Our 6 or 7 caution flag now of this all-star race, and little beating and banging, gets a little contact into the corner, watches up the track, and unfortunately for the anything EC ride, some heavy right front damage there as he gets up into the outside fence, gets stopped on the track and tows it here, and unfortunately that brings the yellow flag out, and that will put him unfortunately probably a couple laps down here as we did see Stubblefield go down pit side. We now see the 31, Christian Delgado, also headed down pit lane to try to get some more repairs and get that car fixed back up and back it onto the racetrack. As can the 19 come from the open race and win the money? Right now, we will not be throwing a yellow. Well, the yellow threw itself, John. Pretty close to it, unfortunately. But, yeah, caution flag coming right out there. But, yeah, I just saw that as you were, as I caution flag was happening there. But, yeah, definitely, I mean, this 19 ride's been so tough to beat here. We saw it in the open. We saw it, you know, through the first 75 laps of this race that no one's really had anything for Sean Jessic. We saw one restart where Hackney was able to kind of stay to his outside, but unfortunately washed up the track at a corner number 2, and he was able to clear him. So interesting to see if maybe Hackney or Michael Madden, Blake Murray, if they've been kind of holding back here, maybe try to save some of their equipment behind that 19 ride, but at the same time, they've been holding back and not really giving it everything they got. Has that allowed the 19 ride to also save some of his equipment, save some of his tires here? The abundance of caution flags. I don't think tires are really going to become a huge issue, but they could be a player. Drivers a little deeper in the field here. You see John Ross back at 11. Zach Lockett, they came down pit side during the last caution break, and they were able to pick up a couple spots, but it's pretty hard to pass here, and tires aren't that important then. They may have a hard time getting towards the front of the field in such a short time, as we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing, as I do believe the lights are once again back off the official iRacing pace car. As he makes the hard left-hand turn, we'll see that green flag fly in what could be our final restart here of this all-star race. Sean Jessic, once again, another perfect, absolutely storybook race here for that 19 ride. Another storybook perfect restart, and he is able to lead us nice and easy down through 3 and out of quarter number 4, but they're piling up back there behind him. Caution flag will come back out. Heavy damage here for Zach Lockett. Lockett, a absolutely tore up New Jersey Devils 93 machine. Saw Michael Madden tied up in that as well. Heavy damage there for him, as the caution flag will come back out. We will take a look at it, and you spoke too soon. We thought that may have been the final restart, but unfortunately right there, Christopher DeWall just getting in a little too deep, trying to get underneath that 80, or the 82, just getting underneath the 17 there a little bit too much. And as he sends it in, he sends it right into that left rear quarter panel, and unfortunately right in the wrong spot, the wrong time, and they make contact. 17 goes around, and the 82, the 71 hard up into the outside fence. The Scary Strokes 43 ride of Doug Roth nowhere to go, as he gets heavy damage into that. We see Nathan Smith having to lock him up to avoid him. Then and the 93 ride hammers into the side of the 17 ride there as well. And a bunch of tore up race cars here in this one, as the intensity picking up. Drivers trying to get everything they can out on the racetrack, and unfortunately a bunch of drivers nowhere to go here, in the wrong place at the wrong time, and a bunch of tore up race cars. We'll jump on board here with Zach Lockett, see what he can see from the cockpit, as he gets a good shot there into the rear end of the 99, and there's nowhere to go there as he tries to drive it down low, and unfortunately 17 right part right there in front of him and right onto his hood. You take a look here from Greg Gobert, he's going to see virtually the same thing, as all of a sudden there's 82 right up into you and hard up into the outside fence. Nowhere for you to go. You're just hanging on, enjoying the ride at that point, tearing up your race car. See if we can get a look here from, there is Doug Roth from the 43, as we'll take a look from his perspective here with the far chase camera, as he's going to send it in here, and same thing, just nowhere to go. Wrong place, wrong time, and a bunch of damage, a bunch of tore up race cars. As see a bunch of them down pit side. See Greg Gobert, Christopher DeWald, Michael Madden all down pit side. Zach Lockett off the racetrack, I do believe here, is I don't think Lockett's out there anymore. He's taking that car back behind the wall, as too much damage on the number 93 ride. So a tough break there for the New Jersey Devils machine. 46 also down pit side still, and into his evening, and it may be the end of a couple more drivers here after that one. Is wowzers, things are heating up here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Luckily enough, this is virtual reality. It's on iRacing, and we can't have a Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Kyle Busch moment down pit side. So luckily enough, no punches thrown, but I don't think the punches are done out there on the racetrack. 10 drivers getting ready for the restart here. Is out in front, Sean Jessic has been picture perfect all evening long, looking to hit another restart there, and he does exactly what he needed to do. Gets a great jump and allows the 83 and the 91 to maybe battle door to door for position number 2. That may be what he needs to open up a comfortable lead here, as Blake Murray and Keith Hackney, teammates, duke it out here for position number 2. You see Hackney is going to roll out of the throttle. He is going to slide in behind the 83 right now. He's going to have to try to play a little bit more defense, as here comes the 48 ride. John McNeil, a great comeback here for the McNeil Media. Exalta 48 ride as he's gotten tied up in a few different spins, a few different wrecks here. He's had quite a bit of damage on this ride, and he's able to keep it pointing in the right direction now inside the top 4 and looking for more as the caution flag is going to come out here once again. Nicholas Cody there in 5th, Doug Roth, John Ross, Christian Delgado, Timothy Stubblefield, our top 9, and then Nathan Smith. The House of Speed Pump Mike Promotions Grip Hackney Live Ride. Going to bring out this late race caution flags. It looks like Smith just getting out of corner number 4 here. Looks uncomfortable. Unfortunately, the car gets very loose and washes down the track, trying to keep it off the inside wall. Spins it sideways. Oh, good heads-up driving there. The 92, Subs Nation. Timothy Stubblefield able to avoid any additional contact there with that 99 ride. A good heads-up piece of driving, and this is going to be a scary sight from that cockpit as he sees that 99 go around and tries to go for the middle to avoid him, and then to juke him out there a little bit. My gosh, Ezekiel Elliott out there, a little juke move on the racetrack to avoid that contact. Looked like the Kyle Busch swerve from Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s punch, and that was a pretty wild move right there for Timothy Stubblefield to get out of the way of that wreck of what could have been a lot worse for both him and Nathan Smith, and luckily enough, both drivers able to keep on driving, and Subs Nation able to keep on living his dream here in the All-Star races. Smith down pit side, going to get some work done to that 10 ride as he will get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. The light still on the official iRacing pace car, so it looks like we'll get a couple more laps around in. Inside 10 laps left to go here in this one as Jessica says, ouch, fantastic, and Wolfie says, come on, Doug, time to step up and step out. Go number 43 as everyone cheered on their favorite drivers here in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you're still up and cheering these guys on, or if you're re-watching the broadcast or watching a video of it, make sure you guys drop a couple comments. Who do you think is going to win the race right now at this moment? Who do you think is going to end up in victory lane? Is it going to be the 19 ride, who's been out in front all race long, hasn't really made any mistakes? Will he get it done? Will he pick up the win? Or will any of the other drivers back there behind him be able to knock him off this top spot? We're going to find out here after this quick break from our friends over at Scary Strokes.
Strokes, where fun meets fright, where every experience transports you to a world of fun. Play 18 holes of blacklight minigolf in ancient Egypt, a haunted house, and beyond the grave. Step inside our virtual reality arena, where you take control of video games and virtual worlds. Battle robots, shoot zombies, and compete against your friends. Throw your next birthday with our VIP party pack. Our party pros are ready to entertain you with a fright fest you'll never forget. Perfect for an action-packed date night full of flirty fun. Our state-of-the-art arcade has the latest games with the coolest prizes. Be sure to feast on some tasty morsels in the Graveyard Grill. So come on, bring your ghoulish gang over to Scary Strokes, where every experience matters.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. 8 more laps left to go in what could be our final restart of the evening. A great jump from the 19 right by. Here comes Grip Hackney down low. Contact! Hang on to it. Sean Jessic, our race leader, is going to go around. Into the wall goes the 43 and the 48. Around goes Hackney down the back straightaway, and the caution flag is going to come back out. The aggression has picked up, and Keith Hackney was tired of waiting. He made his move, and unfortunately, it did not work out for himself, and it did not work out for this 19 ride as he gets a big run here on this restart. Stays right on the back bumper, basically, of this 19 ride. Man, oh man, Hackney sends it in here. A big run down low. Sean Jessic trying to protect it, but Hackney goes over the bumps there in quarter number 1 off the apron, and unfortunately just cannot make it stick. Washes off the racetrack into that left rear quarter panel of the Anything EC19 ride, and he is going to go around. You see Blake Murray, a good piece of heads-up driving. Unfortunately, John McNeil slams into the side of him, then up into the fence. You see Doug Groff having to get a little piece of that outside fence as well to avoid the additional contact with that 19th ride. But our race leader here has led the 93% of this race up to this point. He's led every single lap, and unfortunately here in this one for Sean Jessic, it is just an unfortunate break here and a big move from Keith Ackney. I mean, he's been behind this 19 ride for so many laps, and the Sparkle and Shine Anything EC machine just tough contact. See Hackney sliding down through the grass there as well as he loses his car, gets heavy damage on it as well down low on the bottom side of the track. And take another look at it here from the cockpit of this 91 ride as Hackney's just giving it everything he can here and wants a all-star race without a little controversy. And this one may deserve a Stenhouse swing. Sean Jessic, as man, oh man, oh man, he's been the reflection of perfection, led every single lap up to that point, and now down pit side, getting work done to his car, getting back out onto the track here is Hackney out there as well. Fortunately, I do believe Hackney has went down a lap during those pit stops, so scored in the 10th position with Jessic in the 9th spot here, and unfortunately, he has given up that race lead and not a lot of laps left here. I'm not sure if he will have time to work himself back up towards the front of the field, as our new race leader here is Blake Murray. So Blake Murray leads the way in the House of Speed Papa Mike Promotions Grip Hackney Live ride. So a tough break for Keith Ackney, but a good break here for Blake Murray as he's able to concede this race lead, and he's going to have that Red Bull Racing number 45 ride, and Nicholas Cody to his outside. John McNeil, somehow or another, even with that damage he just got, still out on the racetrack looking to see if he can bring it home after a very up and down day here for the McNeil Media ride as he rolls there in position number 3. John Ross, who came down pit side there at the stage break on lap number 69, 68, somewhere in there. He got some fresh tires in. He's looking pretty fast. We saw Christian Delgado get tied up quite a few times. Doug Roth get into a few incidences. They're right there within striking distance as the green flag back out into the air here in our all-star races. More contact back there for third as the 48 ride of McNeil and Ross make some contact. The 45 ride looking for a big run out of corner number 2. He can't quite get the run that he needs as the 83 ride is able to clear him, but there too. Almost three wide there through 3 and 4. I wasn't sure how that one was going to work out, but here comes Nicholas Cody down to the inside looking for a big run. Nathan Smith, hang on no matter what. The white flag has been displayed, so one more time around. Blake Murray out in front as the no yellow flag. They're battling to the line, door to door. What a finish, Blake Murray! Able to hang on and hold off Nicholas Cody. They'll pick up the win here in this one. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, what a race. What a drive. What a crazy final 10 laps here this evening. Oh, man. That is a tough pill to swallow here for the 19 rider, Sean Jessic, as he definitely did not want to see that caution flag. He did not want to get tied up in that wreck, but looks like the 45 ride and Nicholas Cody celebrating down here, down pit side. They may have scored this as the 45 ride is the race winner. We have to go to the official scoreboard here on iRacing, and yeah, looks like the 45 ride of Nicholas Cody is going to pick up the win here. I'm not sure. Blake Murray may have gotten an EOL for something out there on the racetrack, so I'm not 100% sure on the scoring here, but it is showing Nicholas Cody right here as our race winner. John McNeil in the 48 ride coming home in second, and Doug Roth in third. 83 black flag restart. Oh no! Oh no, Blake Murray. That is a tough one right there for Murray, man. Basically a green-white checkered finish here. He's going to get a black flag for, I'm not sure, possibly jumping the start. We'll take a look and see. Does he fire? The pace car coming off. It's into the restart zone here. I'm not sure if he was scored the race leader or if the 45 ride was scored the race leader there during that last caution break, but nonetheless, 83 against the Black flag, and unfortunately will not win this race, as I thought it was a closer finish than what I saw with my own two eyes, but fortunately here for that 83 ride. That's a tough one to swallow right there. He's going to be reliving this one for a lot of time here, as you see that 45 getting a great run down to his inside as the white flag was being displayed here. They're battling tough. Almost door to door, down into quarter number 3 here. The 83 looking for a big run. 45 gets a good drive, but the 83 even better down across the line. Does come across the line in first, but unfortunately, the caution, or the black flag, will put Blake Murray out of this win, and that will mean our 2024 Slingshot Sim Racing Series All-Star Race winner is the 45 of Nicholas Cody. Cody will pick up the checkered flag here this evening. He will pick up the Slingshot Sim Racing Series Race City Racing Memorabilia All-Star Race checkered flag. Man, what a run and what a drive here by Cody all evening long, man. A pretty solid run up inside the top 5 all evening. Able to keep himself pretty clean, pretty good drive out there on the racetrack. John McNeil going to come home in position number 2, and Doug Roth in the Scary Strokes 43 ride will come home in that 3rd position. But it's all Nicholas Cody here in this one as he picks up the win. Man, what a run and what a drive here at the end, and what a crazy finish in this one. What a wild several laps, says Jessica. Yeah, absolutely, Jess. Absolutely a wild final couple laps there. Absolutely insane finish to this all-star race, and you couldn't come up with a better finish out there. But give it up here to all of our drivers, everyone coming out here. No points on the line, just bragging rights and a little bit of fun here. And a huge thank you to all the sponsors and fans in the stands week after week after week. This race is for you guys, and you know, hopefully everyone enjoys it. Hopefully everyone enjoyed that wild race as we'll get ready here for post-race interviews. As post-race interviews are going to get underway here, we're going to pull in our race winner. I don't see our race winner in the Discord. Where is our race winner, chat? I'm not sure where our race winner is. Nicholas Cody not in here right now, so interesting one. Interesting one. All right, so no word here from our race winner, unfortunately, so we will pull in our race control here in the man with the plan, the master man, John Fowler, up into the broadcast booth here as we'll pull him in for a quick few words. And actually, nope, he's going to disappear, so we'll pull in our second-place driver here. Our second-place driver waiting patiently. We'll pull him in here in this one as my boy, Cody Horton. Cody coming in, showing the love with the like on the stream. How are you, Cody? Yeah, we'll pull in our second-place driver here this evening, the Exalta McNeil Media Camaro of John McNeil, as he comes home here in position number 2. We'll pull him up into the broadcast booth. Hey, John, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. You can copy?
Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad, John, man. What a wild afternoon at North Wilkesboro Speedway, man. Take us through this one. It's a very up and down evening for you. We saw you get tied up in a few incidences out there on the racetrack. Just very tight racing, tough to pass, and unfortunately you just got caught in the wrong place at the wrong time a few times out there. You had quite a bit of damage on that Exalta McNeil Media ride, but you were able to keep on battling through, and there at the end, driving across the line in the 3rd place, but you know, that black flag to the 83 ride opened up the door for you to get a solid second-place run. Unfortunately, no points on the line, no money on the line for second, but still got to feel pretty good having a great run and a great finish here after a very up-and-down day.
Yeah, Aaron, for sure. Second place, this is the worst place to come in second because it pays nothing, not even points. So too bad about that, but I'm happy. Momentum means a lot, especially going into Charlotte here. Hopefully that'll take us to some better finishes here, and we'll be able to put some things together up near the front in the top 5. I feel like it's been consistent enough of a run for us, you know, top 10s most of the time or thereabouts, but need to be up in the top 5. So I'm looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Having those good finishes, trying to string them together and getting some momentum built up is such a big thing. Just getting into that rhythm. We've seen the 48 ride have some very, very fast cars, some very good runs here this year, and just not get the finishes that you've been hoping for. So to be able to get this monkey kind of off your back, be able to get that ride up here into the podium position is going to put a smile on your face and a boost of momentum here for yourself and the crew.
Oh, for sure. It does. Momentum and just the confidence. Confidence is key. I actually, in some of our pre-race stuff in the open and everything, then I told my guys, I was talking to them, I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to have a shot at this. I'm so bad. But then with the changing conditions between the open and the all-star race, then my car kind of came to me a little bit more where I was confident in it, but I didn't have winning speed. I thought, just when Sean got taken out, then that kind of killed it for those top guys. They were out of this world. They were fast.
Absolutely, yeah. Sean, class act all evening long, leading, 95% of this race. Unfortunately, the last 5% is what he needed to be able to put himself into victory lane, but it really opened up the door here for some new drivers to find victory lane here as Nicholas Cody was able to get the win and put himself into victory lane. But you're right there in that second spot, nipping at the bit right there, trying to work yourself into that picture as well. With that damage on your car, definitely had to be hurting you quite a bit there on that final run as you're trying to hang with the 45 and the 83. Just looked like you quite didn't have the speed there to get up to those two as they duked it out in front of you. Possibly a door opening there. If something would have happened between those two, you could have been right there in the catbird seat to be able to take this win away.
For sure. Yeah, no, it's all cosmetic. It still had a motor. It still had tires, so we're good to go.
Absolutely.
But I just want to also...
Driver till the wheels fall off, brother. But, man, a great run and a great drive. Who would you like to thank here for such a great run and strong performance this evening, John?
Massive thanks to my teammates who don't get enough credit. Ron, Russ, Tim, my Victory Motorsports teammates, and then our guys over at Red Sea with Chris, Greg, Zach, and then Neil McKellar. Awesome guys. They don't get enough credit for what they deserve.
Absolutely, brother. Well, a lot of credit due here, not only to them, but to yourself here this evening as you park it in the podium spot in position number 2. Congratulations on a great run. Congratulations on a great race. And we can't wait to see you out there on the racetrack next Wednesday for our Coca-Cola 600 reenactment here from Charlotte Motor Speedway and see if we can see this momentum carry on for you and get a great finish and see that number 48 back up on the podium.
Thanks, Aaron. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and congratulations again on the great run.
You too.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our second place finisher here this evening. And this one is unfortunately for Nicholas Cody, our race winner. He is having mic issues. New PC may not be able to do the interview yet. So a tough break there for the 45 ride, but I'm sure he'd like to shout out all of his friends, family, any of the sponsors, or any of his teammates here for being able to put himself in the right place at the right time as Cody picks up the checkered flag here in our all-star race. What a run, what a drive there for that 45. What a run as well for John McNeil coming home in second as we'll get ready to pull in our third place finisher, the 43 rider, Doug Roth. Is Roth coming home in position number 3, the Scary Strokes Machine, having himself a day at the racetrack as we'll pull him up into the broadcast booth. Hey, Doug, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. Take a copy.
10-4, Aaron. How you doing?
Not too bad. Doug, my boy, what a wild evening here at North Wilkesboro for you. We saw you get tied up a few times out there on the racetrack. A lot of times just nowhere to go, the wrong place at the wrong time, and all of a sudden you got 1, 2, 3 cars parked on your hood there, rolling through 3 and 4. Heavy damage onto that car. You don't take it down pit side, though. A lot of cosmetic beating and banging, but the car itself looked very good in that last run. You're able to use some of that power to put yourself up onto a podium here in that third position.
Yeah, I asked the spotter, I said, hey, how's the car look after I got into that first incident where I had no place to go? And he said, it looks good. And I said, all right, we're going to stay out. And then, we got caught up in that second incident again with no place to go. and I could see, more. My hood was crinkled even more. And so I asked him again. I said, "How's the car look?" He said, "It looks like you just came out of the shop." I said, "All right, well, we're gonna see what happens." So, it was a good run for the Scary Strokes 43 car tonight. Really proud of the team. Had a decent car tonight. I mean, it had plenty of power, but kept us up towards the front for the majority of the evening when we wanted to be. After I got in the back of Delgado there early, I just kind of hung in the back there until it was about 20, 25 laps to go or so, and then started making it forward. But yeah, good night for us, and hopefully take some of this momentum into Charlotte, next week.
Absolutely, definitely want to have that momentum built up and continue to have great runs in strong cars week after week after week, and being able to get another good top 3 finish. Even though it's an all-star race, there's no points on the line, no money for third. Still got to feel pretty good about how you're able to survive the evening, how you're able to get that 43 ride up into the front of the field here late in this race to put yourself in position there later on if something happened between the front 3 or anything else that you might have been able to squeeze through there, or battering ram yourself through to maybe squeeze home a win here this evening.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we were hoping. I don't think we had really anything for the top 3 cars, but it was like, everybody's beating and banging at North Wilkesboro. It's a short track, and not a whole lot of passing opportunities. So, I thought it might fall in our lap, but no, it's all about, like I said, the momentum. If we can keep on, placing top 5s, top 10s, eventually I'd like to get a win. I think we're in the top 10, top 12 in points right now for the regular season. So, it's good momentum for us heading into the second half of the season, and like I said, hopefully at the end, we'll make the playoffs and make a good run for it.
Absolutely, brother. Well, we got one more question here for you. We want to know, who was your spotter, telling you that your car was A-okay after, a couple hard hits out there and getting tore up quite a bit in those few wrecks that you had nowhere to go. I mean, it seems like maybe you had Bubbles up there, on the spotter stand telling you that the car looks A-okay. It doesn't take rocket appliances to see that car was pretty banged up here after the checkered flag.
Yeah, no, that would be the one and only John Fowler, who's also, since he's race control, he was unable to race tonight. So, hated it for him that our team couldn't have, our full force of drivers. But, it did benefit me in the sense that he could, be a spotter in conjunction with him being race control tonight. So he said, "Bring home the steering wheel," or whatever. So I'm like, all right, well, we're gonna run it till it dies.
I don't know. He may have to go back to the eyeglasses place, man. Those 3-inch thick things. I don't know about that one, but man, Doug, a great run, a great drive here this evening. Who would you like to thank for such a great performance here tonight?
Thanks, man. Hey, first of all, I'd like to thank my family who watches, mom, my wife Linda, my kids, their significant others, everybody that's cheering on the 43 car. I really appreciate, the family support. Obviously, you, Aaron, with PeaceMaker Gaming, you guys are the best in the business. I know I've said that before. Race City Memorabilia, Cody and those guys over there being the primary sponsors of this series and this league. If you want some cool die casts, hit them up. Papa Mike Promotions, Butt Crack Motorsports, anything you see. My teammates over at 30 Monkey Motorsports. And then last but not least, I'm kind of partial, but my favorite sponsor, Scary Strokes, family entertainment funner down in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. If anybody's in the area and wants to have a great time playing some blacklight mini golf, state-of-the-art arcades, virtual reality, whatever, swing on by. I'd love to see you.
Absolutely, brother. Well, Doug, congratulations on the 3rd place run. We can't wait to see you out there on the racetrack for our version of the Coca-Cola 600 at the beautiful Charlotte racetrack, the Charlotte Motor Speedway, next Wednesday. And hopefully we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth, maybe a couple spots better and in victory lane.
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. We're going to certainly give it our best shot.
We look forward to it. Doug, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you, Aaron. Take care. Have a great night.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our 3rd place finisher. That number, 43, the STP Scary Strokes machine. It is the beautiful-looking ride of Doug Roth coming home there in that 3rd position. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the moment you've been waiting for. I think we have our race winner, Nicholas Cody, possibly in the booth here. He may have gotten his mic working, so we'll see if we can pull our race winner in. Hey, Nick, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. Did you get a copy?
Yeah, I got you. Can you hear me?
Yep. Nick, man, what a run, what a race. Take us back through this one as obviously chaos, mayhem there in those final 10, 15 laps of this race. We saw a lot of it all evening long, but it happened at the front of the field here late in this one as we saw, obviously, Hackney and the 19 ride so strong all evening long. They come together. They go around, and that opens up the door for you and the 83 of Blake Murray to get around them here. You guys restart door to door for the final restart of the evening, a green-white checkered finish. And unfortunately for the 83, he was able to beat you across the line, but got a restart violation, a black flag handed to him, which gave you the win here in this one, but it didn't come without a fight as you were right there. He was inside trying to battle door-to-door with them like we saw throughout this race. You two kind of, were door-to-door for a lot of laps out there this evening.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was kind of content to just finish like 5th. I was in like 5th to 7th the entire race, and then Hackney and the 19 took each other out, and then I was up front on the restart, and then the 83 got disqualified, and I didn't even lead a lap, and I won the race. Crazy.
Absolutely crazy. Sums it up right there. But I know it's late. I know everyone's wanting to try to get to bed. But, man, Nick, a great run, a strong performance all evening long. He's got that car up at the front of the field, really kept it out of trouble, out of any of the contacts and the mayhem for most of this evening. And, as you said, not being able to lead a lap, but still pick up the win here in this one. It's going to be maybe something off the bucket list, but definitely something to hang your head up high, knowing that you are right there in the right place at the right time and benefiting majorly here in this one to get the checkered flag, pick up that extra payday, and being the first ever all-star race winner of the Slingshot Sim Racing Series presented by Race City Racing Memorabilia.
Yeah, crazy. It's like Chase Elliott at Pocono a couple years ago.
Absolutely. Sometimes you just gotta give the gifts that you're given, and Nick, you're able to get a big one here tonight. Who would you like to thank for such a strong run and strong performance all evening long as you get that 45 ride up into victory lane?
Thank you guys for the broadcast. You do a great job every week. John for putting on the league, my family being supportive, the good people at my computer pooped itself last week, so I was able to get with some friends and get a PC for this week. So, shout out to them.
Beauty. Well, definitely a good thing they were able to get you one and get you back onto the simulators. It all pays off here this evening, Nick. Congratulations on the win. Congratulations on the great race. And we can't wait to see what the momentum and everything carries on over for you throughout the rest of the regular season. We can't wait to see you back up here in the broadcast booth and maybe a couple more times up here in victory lane before the start of our playoffs.
Yeah, that would be great. Have a good night, Aaron.
Absolutely, you as well. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our race winner, Nicholas Cody. Is Cody coming home in first, picking up the win here this evening in a wild race, a wild finish here on the day. As, man, what a run there for that number 45 ride. As, unfortunately, it's late, and that is the end of the racing action here this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you all for tuning in. Everyone coming in with the likes, the comments, the shares, any of the new followers, any of the new subscribers. Welcome to the PeaceMaker family. Welcome to the PeaceMaker Crew. Can't thank you guys enough for tuning in, showing the love here all evening long, and I will see you guys all back here tomorrow night for some more racing action as the Sweet Tea Redemption Tour back underway for race number 2 as we see the Xfinity rides go to battle tomorrow night. Make sure you guys tune into that one. Make sure you guys have those bell notifications turned on. That way you never miss it when we go live here on PeaceMaker Gaming. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen.
Brooks, where fun meets fright, where every experience transports you to a world of fun. Play 18 holes of blacklight mini golf in ancient Egypt, a haunted house, and beyond the grave. Step inside our virtual reality arena, where you take control of video games and virtual worlds. Battle robots, shoot zombies, and compete against your friends. Throw your next birthday with our VIP Party Pack. Our party pros are ready to entertain you with a fright fest you'll never forget. Perfect for an action-packed date night full of flirty fun. Our state-of-the-art arcade has the latest games with the coolest prizes. Be sure to feast on some tasty morsels in the Graveyard Grill. So come on, bring your ghoulish gang over to Scary Strokes, where every experience matters. Welcome to Scary